Hello students, this is Kanika. Welcome to my channel Prep Biology. So in this lecture, we will continue with the Unit 1 of class 12th Biology, that is reproduction. Chapter number 1, sexual reproduction in flowering plants. We have already covered 2 classes of this series. So in this lecture, we will understand about the microsporogenesis. This is the class 3rd of this series. Let's start with the lecture. First of all, what do you mean by microsporogenesis? As the name suggests, micro, it is made up of micro plus sporogenesis. Microspore. Microspores means small spores. Small spores. Genesis means process. It means, what is microsporogenesis? It is a process of formation of small spores. Small spores are called the microspores. Is it clear? Okay, so let's study the definition. Microsporogenesis is the process of formation and development of microspores in the anther of flowering plants. In previous classes, we have studied about this TS of anther, and we all know the TS of anther contains 4 sacs, and those 4 sacs are called the microsporangia. Okay, we already discussed about this topic. So in this microsporangia, we have number of sporogenous cells. We have discussed earlier. Okay, now microsporogenesis, the formation of the microspores are formed in the sporogenous cells. So let's start with the process, different stages of the microsporogenesis. Look at this picture. We have already discussed that the young anther contains a number of sporogenous cells whose ploidy is 2n. Okay, these sporogenous cells are diploid in nature. 2n means it has diploid in nature. Okay, these are the young anther, and inside the microsporangia we have number of compactly arranged homogeneous cells. Those homogeneous cells are called the sporogenous cells. Okay, when now it gets matured and they form number of MMCs or PMCs. What is the meaning of this MMC and PMC? MMC means microspore mother cell, or PMC means pollen mother cell. Okay, from which the microspores are formed. Okay, now the PMCs or MMCs are also called the microsporocyte. Okay, this is the another name for the PMC, pollen mother cell, and microspore mother cell, which is also 2n in diploid. Okay, the ploidy of the microspore mother cell is also 2n, that is diploid in nature. Okay, the first step is the sporogenous cells in young anther. When it gets matured, they form. Second step is they forms the multiple MMCs or PMCs, that is called the microspore mother cell or pollen mother cells. Those also are called as the microsporocyte. Now, look at here. If we see one of this MMC, and largely this is the one MMC. Okay, and largely it is covered by the special kind of layer that is called the callose wall. That is called the callose wall. Okay, look at here. Callose wall, 1 mmC or the microspore mother cell is covered by a special kind of wall that is called the callose wall. Okay, now one microspore mother cell undergoes meiosis 1, that is the reductional division. We know there are two divisions, meiosis and mitosis. Okay, meiosis is reductional division, mitosis is equational division. Reductional means it becomes half in number in next generation. Okay, now 1 mmC is diploid in nature, 2n. Now it undergoes meiosis 1 and it forms which diploidy? N diploidy. That is n number, that is the haploid in nature. It is in haploid in nature. Okay, now one microspore mother cell, it converted to the two cells, those called as a microspore dyad. Dyad means two cells. Dyad. Okay, now this dyad is undergoes meiosis 2. Okay, meiosis 2 and it forms the tetrad, microspore tetrad. One cell converted to two cells. This is called the dyad, and dyad is undergoes meiosis 2. Then it is called the microspore tetrad. That is 4 in number. Tetra means 4. Okay, and the ploidy of this tetrad is N, that is haploid in nature. I hope this is clear to you all. As you can see here, the microspore tetrad are formed. Now look at here, this yellowish wall is surrounds the MMC, surrounds the dyad and surrounds the tetrad. Okay, this callose wall surrounds all these stages. Okay, now microspore tetrads, when they get matured, they forms 4 microspores. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3 and this is 4. This is also called the 4 pollen or 4 microspores. Okay, I hope these all stages are clear to you all. Now let's study about the callose wall. This wall is very important, and the function of this wall is also very important for your board exam point of view. Now what is callose wall? Callose is a material which is a polysaccharide. Okay, which is a polysaccharide. Poly matlab multiple, means multiple, and saccharides means carbohydrate. So these are the plant polysaccharides made up of multiple monomers of the carbohydrates. Now second one is, it is composed of glucose residues. Okay, and the callose wall is composed of the glucose residues. And what is the function of the callose wall? It acts as a temporary cell wall in response to stimuli or damage. Okay, so it acts as a temporary cell wall in response to any damage. Okay, now this point is very important, so make sure you note it down. Callose wall, when tetras are formed, and this is the callose wall and these are the tetrad. When tetras are formed, then it gets matured. The anther gets matured. In which condition? Dehydrating condition, or any environmental adverse condition, it gets matured and they will form 4 microspores separately. Okay, now it is the time for digestion of this wall, that then the microspores are getting separate. Okay, you understood? So for the digestion of the callus wall, one enzyme is there, that is the callase enzyme, which is secreted by the tapetum layer. I hope this point is clear to you all. The tapetum layer, which is closest to the microsporangia, that secrete the callase enzyme. Callase enzyme then digests the callose wall so that the microspores are separate from each other. Now look at this picture. This is the deposition of the callose wall. This is the pollen mother cell. Meiosis 1 and meiosis 2 will occur and the tetras are formed. Tetras are also covered by the callose wall, and the callase from the tapetum that will digest the callose wall, and then the microspores are gets separate from each other. Okay. Now the last step of this process is when the anther gets matured, it will dehisce. Okay, it will burst and then the pollen grains are spread out from the anther. Now look at this picture. This picture is from NCERT biology book. So look at this picture. This is the TS of anther. Now this is the mature anther, because the multiple thousands of the pollen grains are formed in one microsporangia. Now it gets dehisced. When it gets matured or dehydrate, the anther gets dehisced. Now when anther gets dehisced, the multiple pollen grains are formed and it will spread out from the anther. Okay, so look at this picture. From this point it will dehisced. Okay, from this point it will dehisce. This point or this part is called the stomium. This part is called the stomium, from where the pollen grains are spread out from the anther. So this part is called the stomium. Okay, now in next lecture we will study about the structure of the pollen grain, structure of the mature pollen and their functions. So I hope this lecture is beneficial to you all. This process of the microsporogenesis is a very important for your exam point of view. So make sure that this topic is clear to you all. If you like this lecture, please like, share and subscribe my channel, that is the Prep Biology. Thank you so much.